One trend I've seen with respect to FCPA enforcement is an increased focus on operational type of violations. Have you seen this as well?
Absolutely. I think if you were to look at, for example, the past year and a half in terms of enforcement, both in terms of announced cases as well as announced investigations, there's really a focus on a variety of the kind of operational risks that companies have. Everything from tax and tariff, customs, regulatory, environmental, labor and employment, all of those things I think companies need to be aware of in their daily operations, because certainly SEC and DOJ are.
So what do we mean by operational risk with respect to corruption?
Well, when I talk about operational, what I mean is sort of running your business in a foreign country. So everything from starting it up to operating on a regular basis and make sure that it's operating within the limits of the law. And I think on a daily basis, people have a variety of contacts with government. It can be everything from licensing, permitting, all the way to customs and sales at the end of the day.
And those types of contacts can lead to FCPA violations. And again, companies are blind to that, because when the FCPA grew up, it was about companies selling big airplanes or big industrial products to a government consumer or government buyer. That the maturity of the FCPA and where it's gone now is no longer just the big product sale.
So industries that you might not think of, like retail or consumer products, vitamins,
Yeah, exactly.
all those kind of products.
And that was something that 10 years ago, we wouldn't even have thought of 10 years ago. We were all, when we started this, these big cases, these cases were about sales to foreign governments, a bribe through a middleman, and now, sure, we have those, and those are big, impactful cases, but now we have the cases have increased because of the different manner in which corruption occurs in foreign operations.
And that's because, in part, by the way, DOJ and SEC, the way they interpret obtaining and retaining business, it's no longer just simply getting an oil concession or selling a product to the government. It's anything that gives you an advantage. And so if that means getting an advantage through sort of an employment benefit or getting an inspection to be approved or zoning and permitting to build a store, those are advantages that DOJ and SEC would see as potentially violative of the FCPA.
So these issues are really where there are blind spots for companies, because you imagine the companies who think about Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, they go, well, we're not selling to foreign governments, we're selling to civil society, consumers, retail products. Why do we have to worry about the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act? But they're doing business overseas, and there's a whole constellation of people that they're interfacing with that are different than the classic FCPA type cases. It's not the sales agent. It might be the lawyer that they hire in a foreign country. It might be their plant manager, as opposed to the sales agent who's approaching the procurement official in the government to sell a defense article, for example. But I wouldn't exclude anyone that, even the consulting industry up to manufacturing, we've seen cases in.